for, and it's maybe some fireworks and drum rolls and all kinds of stuff, right? So we got to do that. And here we are.
Number one is
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Robert.
Hey, and I'm Tammy.
And we're the Farmville Pickers. Welcome to our home. Today, we're coming to you from my office. It's the first time you guys have seen the background of my office.
It's a little busy.
It's a bunch of junk.
It's not junk. It's his treasures. It's his treasures that his wife says, that is not going in my living room.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, biggest thing is my dad. He was a collector. He was a St. Louis Cardinals fan, and he made me a St. Louis Cardinals fan for my life. And this is mostly our collection together. And then whenever he passed away, I got it. So now it's all in my office. So
yeah,
a lot of stuff. Definitely a lot of stuff. So anyway, today what we're looking to do is a countdown of our top 64 items, as it may be, because the cutoff that I had was $100. So everything that was $100 or more for the year of 2024 are included with this video. So it's going to give our viewers an opportunity to see what did sell and how much did it sell for, and possible BOLOs out there that would be things that they would want to go look for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sound good?
It sounds exciting.
You ready to get started?
Yeah.
There's no pulling today, right?
Oh, shoot.
Whew, we're actually able to sit down and relax and
Yeah, thank goodness, because I listed all morning.
have a cup of coffee and just gonna try my best not to slurp whenever I drink my coffee.
I just did that and I realized it. I'm like, sorry.
Okay, so are we ready to go? So I'll let you take this first one.
Okay, so the first one actually just sold December the 20th, and this was 4 sets of Williams-Sonoma soup and salad bowls. So there's 4 in each set, and I never dreamed somebody would buy all 4 sets, and poor Robert just wrestled that for at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, trying to get that package up, because the lady sent a message and said, please pack it good, because everything I buy breaks.
And I was going overseas too, so
I told her, I said, have no fear. My husband is an amazing packager, so he really did it up really well, and hopefully they make it and she enjoys them. But those came from the basement buy. And it was $100 for 16 plates. They are Williams-Sonoma and they're retired pattern. Probably could have got a little bit more out of them, but she jumped on it and I thought, yep.
Yeah, we've had them close to half a year at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but what you guys are seeing is a picture of 4. There was 4 of that same set of 4, so a total of 16 plates.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, now moving on to number 63. This one, if I can get my thing to come up right. This one also came from the basement buy, right? So this is a new in box. You can see the box was just a little bit rough, but everything was in there. Brand new Samsonite 2-piece water resistant duffel set.
Yep.
This one actually sold back in October. And sold for $104. Did we say what the other one sold for? This Williams-Sonoma?
Yeah, $100.
Okay, it was $100, and our cost in that was referenced at $10, right?
Yeah.
$10 for each individual plate, or each individual 4 set.
That is correct.
Okay. So a total cost in the $100 was actually $40, right?
Correct.
And that's the reason you said we probably could have sold for more, but she wanted them, and they've been sitting for a little while. So,
and dishes are hit and miss for us.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one, number 64, was $40 into $100. Number 63 is also $40 reference into $104.
Yep.
So that is number 63, $104.
Yep.
I'll let you take number 62.
Okay, number 62 is a Hoyt quiver for a bow, and this sold for $105. And this was part of the buy where you saw us sell all those Jim Beanie hats, the North Face. It came with that buy. So
Yep.
she had done some retail arbitrage, and then after she saw how much work it was to get it up listed and to ship it, she second guessed herself, and then I ended up going and buying all of it. That sold back in September. That sold pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah. So that one, that's actually another one, $40 reference cost into $105.
Yep.
So again, with this, we're giving you what it sold for, not what we bought it, or not necessarily. It's not a top 64 of most profit. It's the top 64 of most sales.
Yeah.
Right.
Dollar.
Sometimes depending on your negotiating skills,
Yeah.
you could give more or less. You know, but yeah, in the end, it is what it is. There's going to be some great ones. There's going to be some not so great ones. But as far as that goes,
Yep.
so $40 into $105 for number 62. Over. So number 61 is a Madame Alexander Garden Rose Pussycat baby doll. These were very rare. 14 inches was the height on this. And as you can see in the picture, this is number 61. We've got a $25 reference cost into $107.99.
Yeah.
So today we were talking about in the video that we made that you guys are going to see on the 10th, I think is when I've got it scheduled to come out. But we had 3 of the Madame Alexander dolls
For $9.99. And he gave me a hard time. He goes, the squeeze is not worth the juice. I
Squeeze
said,
definitely wasn't worth the juice on that one.
You know, when I buy a whole lot of dolls, I have to do something with the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, you got to do something with them. So, yeah, what was $9.99 today? Actually, back in July is whenever we sold this one. $107.99 for this one. So,
yep,
that was definitely a win.
Yeah.
So number 61 is Madame Alexander baby doll.
Yep.
And I'm going to go on and take this one too.
That one's all you.
So you guys have heard us talk about it. There's one time that we went to the Goodwill that's closest. We call it our favorite Goodwill.
And it's just because it's closest.
That's just because it's closest.
It's 45 minutes away.
Yeah, we still have to drive 45 minutes to get to it. Anyway, and the one time that I went in there, that really the only time that I went there and then found something really good was this. That we actually had 4 or 5. We have 4 or 5 of these dolls.
That's grandma.
Shoot. Whenever we went into this Goodwill, there were 4 or 5 bowling balls. You remember how many it was?
5, yeah.
May have been
5 or
6.
6.
Yeah. $25 is the reference cost, and $110 is what we sold this one for. Because every single one of these balls
Were great.
sold for over $100, right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
And when he rolled that card up, I went,
What in the world is that?
I tried so hard not to react. It's like, I was like, oh. And he's like, just trust me. I'm like, okay.
She had no idea. She had no idea.
I just think space, because at that time, we had all of our inventory in this office.
In this office, yeah, we sure did. All of it.
And it was barely, you could barely
enough room to
navigate
move,
through
yeah.
it.
We had bins on the shelves, and we could barely had enough room to pull them out just to be able to sneak open the top.
Yep.
Yeah, space was crazy, but we turned that $125, so it was 5 of them, $125 into easily $500-$600 total. Yeah. So this one here was $110, and it comes in at number 60. And I'll let you take the next one.
All right, number 59 is another Hoyt quiver. They were the same, just a different style of camo on them. And this one also sold for, this one sold a little bit more, $109.99, but it still had $40 in it. And those both sold right about the same time in September, right before bow season came around. And so they were very popular, but.
Yep. And that is number 59 at $110.
Yep.
By the way, I did want to say also that this 64 different sales equaled up to $11,264.
That's great.
Yeah. So this was all really good. Really things that whenever I thought about it and I looked at this, it definitely puts BOLO on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are we going to be looking for?
Right.
And I think just about every single thing that's on this list, I'm going to be looking for again. Because every single one of them is worth $100 or more.
Just do me a favor, don't buy too many bowls.
Yeah, well, except for the bowls. I don't want them. That's one that I don't want. So, anyway, so we'll move on to number 58. And I'm going to let you have that one too.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised this one made it. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So number 58 is a Coach purse. And picked this one up off of Facebook Marketplace. And it sold for $109.99,
mm-hmm.
and I paid $50. Doesn't sound like a great profit there, but when I bought the purse, I also bought 2 wallets. And I think altogether I had probably $90 or $100 in the purse and the 2 wallets.
What it is, but yeah, number 58, the Coach Rowan, beautiful blue purse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and in the end, you know, if it's going to be a quick mover,
yeah.
Who wouldn't buy something for 50 and sell it for 110?
And I thought it was going to go for more, but it had a little bit more damage on it than what I thought from the pictures. But it's still, that's a great price, I think, for that particular, or ladybugs are coming to get me.
Yeah.
For that particular style.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good stuff. So I guess we'll move on. And the list is number 57. And this is the Vivo Barefoot Primus Light Knit JJF barefoot shoes in a men's 42 EU and 9.5 US. These sold for $111.14, and we had a reference cost of $10. Mm-hmm. That is, so this is one of those, you know, we said earlier, 40 into 100, 50 into 100. Maybe those are not ones that you go in looking for, but if you can turn a double up profit on a $50 bill to a $100 bill every day, I would do it.
Yeah.
Without question, a $10 bill into $111, yeah, that's a no-brainer. So for number 57, the barefoot shoes, keep your eyes on these and look for those out there because $110.
Yeah, these are the kind of shoes I look for when I go to the Goodwill. I look for anything on the rack that looks weird and then that I've never seen, and then I pick them up and they're almost always worth something.
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing is a fishing reel pin squall, and this sold for $116 and reference cost of $50. Higher cost because this was retail arbitrage that somebody else did, and then I bought from her. So they're naturally going to have a little bit higher cost, but still, overall, we're going to double our money from that whole buy.
Yeah, another good one. That's 50 into 116 bucks. I mean, every day if I had somebody come up and says, "Hey, I'll sell you this for 50," and then you can turn around and sell it for 116 very quickly.
Yeah,
100%. I'm doing it.
Yep,
I'm doing it. So number 56, the Pin Squall SQL25N fishing reel. Keep your eyes open for that one. Moving on to number 55 is the Louisville Slugger Jeff Hall Cuz Edition baseball bat. Actually, it's a softball bat. Yeah, so whenever I saw this one, it was in a yard sale. This is the one I've told the story on at a different video where the guy said, "You know what? We had this yard sale today. Me and my wife, she wanted me to put the bats out in the yard sale. I didn't. We kind of got in a little argument for it. Whenever I came in, I asked him, did he have any sporting goods? And he said, well, you know what? As a matter of fact, I do. And he took me in his garage, and he had 10 of them, and he sold me all 10 for $100. This one actually turned out to be $117 what we sold it for. So $10 into $117, we'll do that every single day, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he came out of that garage with his arms like this, and the bats were going all different directions. I'm like,
ding,
oh.
ding, ding, ding. They was all hitting against each other, and
He was so proud.
yeah, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. So that was number 55, the Louisville Slugger bat, and I'm going to go ahead and take number 54, which is a set of center caps for wheel center caps.
And you just threw them right on the porch and took a picture.
And I just threw them right on the porch, cleaned them up, and took a picture right there. Now these did take a little bit of time to get rid of. I think we got them back in the prior year. We bought these back in 23. Probably had them for 6 or 7 months. But I don't think I listed them right away. I was kind of using them I was looking at them. I'd like to see them,
You still have a few out in the barn, FYI.
I do, I know.
That are not listed or cleaned.
So anyway, with this set, I gave $25 for the full set. And it sold for $118.
That's great.
So these hubcaps actually fit a 63 or 64 model Chevrolet Bel Air, Impala. This is the hubcaps, wheel covers, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, another good one. So number 54 was the hubcaps. So 25 into 118. Another really good one.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you take number 53.
Okay, so number 53 is an N64 video game bundle. So 5 games, Smash Brothers, tennis, golf, and Super Mario Kart, I think. I'm not real good on the video games. This was one of yours.
So this, maybe I should. So this is a set of 5 Mario games. Mario Kart, Mario Smash Bros., Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, and Mario Super Mario. All tested and sold. We had a $25 reference cost, again, into $118. So everybody knows that you look for, the video games. So this is not really a big, hey, hold on, this is an idea, It is a BOLO, of course, but it's something that everybody knows about. And I'm going to go ahead and take the next one. I'm going to take the next one too. So
these are all your prizes, honey.
Yeah. So I mean, we didn't sell very, very many of these posters, but this next one is a poster. So of course, it's vintage Nike. Daryl Griffith Jr. I understand. I don't even have Daryl Griffith. I have no idea who he was.
Duncanstein.
I don't even remember him playing. It was that old. But he played for the Utah Jazz. Dr. Duncanstein was what he was referred to, and this came from a guy in Richmond that I saw on Facebook. Remember the one that had all of those helmets?
I do.
Yeah. So, actually, I've still got. Of course, I kept one that he had. So they all were wrapped up in this plastic and had the MLB, and I kept the Cardinal one. But I bought these, and at the same time, he had the posters. So I bought all the posters for like $5 a piece. So yeah, so it's got a reference cost of $5, and this poster $118.
That's good.
Another win. I mean, very little space it takes up.
Yep.
Yeah. So good stuff. That was number 52. Now moving on to 51, and this again is yours. You've already done 2 of these, right?
Yep, number 51
so that was actually 3 of them.
Another Hoyt quiver, what are they called? Yeah, Hoyt quiver for a bow. And this one sold for $123.49. So the other ones I took offers on.
Yeah, and again, the reference cost of $40.
$40,
right?
Yep.
So really, really good stuff.
Yep.
All right, now moving on to the reason we're moving on with that one, because you've already done it twice.
Yeah.
So I mean,
no more stories
the third time,
on
no
that
stories. Yeah. So next is something that we bought at the basement buy. An aero bed. So it's got its own little pump. It's queen size. What do they call it? Air mattress.
Yeah.
So this one here, reference cost on it's $50, and we sold it for, reference cost is $50, and we sold it for $123.49.
Pretty good.
So that's another one of them, $50 bill into $123 all day long.
And it was just a couple quick pictures and.
Yep, it was easy to post it. A couple quick pictures on it. Now, it did take it a little while, so it took it about 6 months to turn for us. But again, it wasn't a hard one to do, right?
Nope.
So at number 50 is the queen size arrow bed. I know you're gonna love this one.
Number 49 is the Christian upright nutcracker. It's a German nutcracker, so these are definitely BOLOs. Anytime you see nutcrackers, if they're German made, look them up, because this one sold for $124 with a reference cost of $20.
Yeah, so any of them that are made in Germany, you got Christian Albright,
Steinbach.
you got Steinbach, and then there's one other one
I
too.
can't think of the other one on the top of my head, but yeah, they're definite. And
Yeah.
maybe another one will show up, because we
But all
did
of
buy
them-
a couple.
Yeah, all of them are made in Germany.
Mhm.
So if you see them made in Germany, and if there's a sticker on it that says made in Germany and it's a nutcracker, take a picture of it, because you just don't know what you got. It could be big.
Yep. Even if it has a little bit of damage and it's at the Goodwill, because I sold one the other day for $50 that I paid $8 or $9 for. So and it was damaged, had missing pieces and everything.
Yep, no doubt. I'm gonna let you take the next one also.
Okay.
Number 48.
Oh yeah, this one's great. This is beautiful. So this is a Spike and Sparrow brown leather messenger bag, and I got this at a garage sale, and it just looked quality. Yep. I looked it up. I was shocked. So reference cost of $50, and it turned for $125, and it went pretty quick.
50 into 125
And it was
all day
perfectly
long.
clean with the tag right. It wasn't on it, but it was in it. So all I did was just snap a couple quick pictures, and it sold pretty quickly.
Yep. All right, I'll let you. Let's see. I'll let you go ahead and do this one too, because that's one that you picked up.
Okay, men's Ariat boots, and these sold for $125 with a reference cost of $50. And I think that day I bought 4 or 5 pair at that garage sale.
Yep.
And they were all nearly. Some of them had the tags hanging on them.
Yep. Along with
All the Lululemon
clothing.
and
Yep.
the Vineyard Vines clothes.
Yep. And we got a lot of video game stuff from there too. Wii stuff.
Yep. That was a.
Yeah. A matter of fact, the Nintendo stuff that we just covered might have come from there also.
No, the Nintendo stuff was the basement buy.
Basement.
It was. In
Oh yeah,
that-
yeah. You're right. You're right. It was. Yeah. Sometimes you sell so much stuff and
I
you
know,
pick up so
it
much stuff,
starts to
man,
run
it's just
together.
hard to remember. All right, so that, my friends, is number 47. So I'm going to go ahead and do number 46, which is another one of them bowling balls that we picked up at the Goodwill. This is the Storm High Road ball. Again, $25 reference cost, sold for $125. Can't lose at that.
No.
It's a $100 bill all day long,
Yep.
right? Before fees. So take it.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, you got to do the next one too.
Oh, I
Because
mean,
you worked really hard on this one.
I'll go on and do the next one because there is definitely a story behind this one. So the next one is an antique W.M. Gilbert 4-pillar mantle clock. So this clock didn't even work. I mean, you should have seen it. I mean, we didn't have any keys. Keys didn't come to wind it up. So I ordered some keys. I looked up on Google and YouTube how to make it start working again, because even whenever I wound it up, it still wouldn't work. The little thing wouldn't tick, 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 tick. So anyway, I got oil for it. I got the keys for it, and I took it all apart and I put it in some degreaser to clean it all up like it all told me, and it started working.
Yep.
That was a win.
It was a win. It was.
I enjoyed that. Taking it apart, getting it all together, cleaning it up, getting it back together, and it works. that is definitely a win. So this one here, we did pay up for that at a yard sale.
We did.
Gave the lady, I mean, she wanted $75 for it at first, but it was at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And she was like, tell you what, give me 50 and you can take it. So I gave her $50 and we ended up selling for 128. I think initially I had it listed at 200 because that was what I saw comps for.
Right.
But by the time I ended up getting it cleaned up, get it working, because it sat in the garage or in the barn for a little while because of the fact that it wasn't working.
Right.
And I didn't have keys, so yeah. But anyway, once I got it working, perfect.
Yep.
I ended up taking $128 for it and get her on out of here.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. That is number 45, the antique Gilbert 4-pillar mantel clock.
Yep.
And I'll let you go ahead and do the next one.
Okay, next one is a Ladro Tender Dreams. Baby boy in a basket. It's so precious. And this one sold for $130 and the reference cost was $25. And we bought a box full of Ladros at a garage sale.
Yep. Yeah, from the lady said that her family had more. We reached back out to her. She never did. She actually sent us a picture of one and she wanted like eBay retail pricing for it. So I think her family might have got to her and said, what in the world are you doing?
Selling Ladros for
selling those Yadros for $25? What?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, so that is part of it. Yeah, $25 or $26 reference cost in that one, right? Into $130.
Yep.
Nice sell.
Yep.
All right, so moving on to the next one. This is a Nikon Coolpix camera. Picked it up at a yard sale for like $3 or $4. Was not working. The bezel around where the lens comes out, the bezel was bent a little bit, so I had to do some adjusting there to make it to where the lens would come out. Ended up buying a battery and a charger for it. So all total, I had like $15 into this one. Okay, including the battery. I got a cheap little battery and charger.
Yeah.
So total reference cost of $15 into $134. So that was a really nice. Nice turn for us. Are you trying to get the cat?
Somebody's wanting to be up here with
Gloria's like, what in the world are y'all doing? You're covering up your mic though. You gotta move her to the other side.
Over to the other side. She's like, I'm not used to that side.
It's okay that she wants to be up here though, huh?
Yeah.
She loves us.
Okay, next.
All right, so moving, let's see. That was number 43, the Nikon Coolpix S6300 camera. $135. Really, really nice.
Yeah, I think the next one is going to be yours too.
Yeah, and I think I'll go ahead.
He works smarter. I work harder. He has all these big sales, and I'm always going for that low-hanging fruit, trying to get more. But then I'm listing forever, and he's like, I'm done.
Yeah. So this one came from the guy in North Carolina.
Yes, it
right?
did.
That's the one we didn't even have this sell on our list. We were on the way back home from South Carolina.
And I found it real quick.
And yep, and it was like kind of far off the beaten path too. But whenever we got out there to it, the guy's dad had passed away, and he was trying to sell off all of his stuff. And this was a part of it. We ended up buying a lot of things from that guy that day. But this was a part of it. I gave him $40 for this set, but it's the Guitar Hero Les Paul Special Edition. Ended up, like I said, I gave $40 for it. Ended up selling for $137. So that was a very nice one. And again, this was a yard sale pickup. So very nice. And that is number 42, guys.
Yeah.
Now we're on down to number 41, and I'll let you take that one.
Okay, 41 is another pair of Ariat boots. This pair was a woman's pair, and as you can see, the tags are hanging right on them still. So $50 again, into $138 on these. They were a smaller size, 6, so they were a little harder to get rid of. But 140 wasn't bad. Or,
no doubt.
Yeah, 138.
Yep, 138.
Yeah.
Yep, 138 bucks. There it is. All right. So that was number 41, a pair of Ariat ladies boots. Number 40, I'm going to let you go ahead and take this one too. I know you're going to love it.
Oh yeah, this is the little Coach with the upside down peanuts.
Yeah, Woodstock is upside the yellow.
Yeah. So this one sold for $140 and $100 into it. So, you know, on purses, I had seen comps out there for quite a bit higher, but I had it for a while and I was getting a lot of really low offers. So I thought I'm just going to get out from under it. Didn't make much, but hey, I recouped my money and it was a clean little purse, so there wasn't much work put into it.
Yeah.
Purses are tough. You either make a good bit or you make a little bit.
Yep. No doubt. Sometimes that's the way it is.
Yep.
You know, but once you have them for a little while and you get that offer, you know, this one here, they offered 140 bucks on it, so you take it.
Yeah.
You know, you got 100 in there, 140
might
after
make
fees.
20 bucks.
Might make 20 bucks on it.
But then you have some purses you might make 300 on, you know, 200. You just don't, you just never know on them.
Yep. All right, so that is number 40. So moving on to number 39. Now this is a Monster Energy drink, Claw. It's a light up display, a light up sign. I picked this one up at a
Yard sale.
Yard
In
sale.
Columbus.
Yes, and you see that Coke Zero sign right there?
Yep.
Same place that one came from.
Yep.
I decided to put that one. I was going to put this one in the office, but it sold too fast. So I ended up having to get rid of it. But I put the Coke one in the office because it was kind of a neon. But all right, so the Monster Energy Light Up sold for $142.49 and a reference cost of $30.
Very good. That's
Not a bad flip, right?
That one's good.
And then the next one, I'll go ahead and take it also because this one, whenever my son Robert and his wife went with us one day yard selling, this was towards the end of the day.
Yeah, I remember.
And it had that set of clubs for $25, I think is what.
Yep.
Yeah. So $25 is what we gave for this set. And they ended up turning for $142.49. This is a full set of Acuity ladies golf clubs. So
Good.
very nice turn, 25 into 143. Takes it all, right?
Yep.
So, all right. So I'll let you go next. Oh, by the way, that was number 38 was the golf clubs. And then moving into number, is this the one?
Yeah. So this is the B print wallet that came with the blue Coach purse. So it didn't sell for as much as I remembered, but still $142, and I had $50 into it. That's still pretty good when, you know, we picked up 3 things from that buy, and, you know, almost 100 on this one, and 80 on the purse, and I know there was still one more wallet. I don't remember which one, but so when we can pick up a bundle of purses and wallets and make 50 to 80 off each one, that's always a score.
No doubt. So this one was $50 into 142.
Not bad.
So
that's good for a wallet.
$92 on the Enjoy it. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. All right, so I'll let you go ahead and take the next one because you actually found this. I had just looked through the box that had this in it and passed right over it. And you
said, "What about this, honey?"
Said, what about that?
Okay, next is a Verizon Wi-Fi extender. And the funny thing is, the other day, I'm like, man, I really could use that Wi-Fi extender because I had to go buy one for $100 for the barn. I'm like, why'd I sell that? But found this at an estate sale when we were digging around. So $50 into it, and it sold for $150.
Yeah. $50 into it, sold for $142.49. That's not. I mean.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all. We bought a lot of other things at this sale too.
Yeah.
So
a lot of Christmas stuff that sold.
And then the next one, that was number 36, a big one there. Definitely on your list of be on the lookout for.
Yep.
And then the next one is one that you set up the buy.
Oh, Mickey, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, this was a Facebook Marketplace pickup, and we paid $50 for it, and it sold for $142.49 very quickly.
Mm-hmm. It's another $90 profit item.
It did take Robert's work to blow it up, but wasn't too bad.
Yeah, as you can see in the picture, man, that thing was. We got it set up in front of the eBay barn, and it's as tall as the eave of the barn, which is pretty. 9 foot tall, 9.5 foot tall. It's pretty big.
That's crazy.
Pretty big. All right, so next in line, I'm gonna let you take this one also.
Okay, the next one is a Barbie set of Gone with the Wind, $5 in the set, and it sold for $142.49, and I had $50 in, so I had $10 per Barbie in that bundle.
Yep.
Which is secretly.
So $10 per Barbie, and then for the set of 5 turned into $142.
Yeah.
That is number 34. Next one, I'm going to go ahead and take this one because it's another yard sale buy. Canon PowerShot SX260, 12.1 megapixel. This one here, we had $30 into it. So we paid up just a little bit for it, but it turned for $144.
That's wonderful. You will always do good with those little cameras, always.
So that's the reason we do so well together, because there's certain things, and whenever it comes to electronic stuff, generally I'm on top of that.
Yeah.
You caught the Wi-Fi extender and I passed right over it.
Only because it was new in box. If it was not new in box, I would have just went right past it.
But most of the time, this stuff right here that's going to have pretty low acquisition cost, pretty high sell through, and sell cost on it or sell value on it. I'm generally on top of that one. So, pretty awesome stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and take the next 2 also. So number 32 is a Scarface limited edition, The World Is Yours, DVD and statue. This was sealed. Now, this came from the same person that we got the Les Paul stuff from. Yes. Right? This one here, we paid him $30 for this, and it turned out for $148.49.
That's awesome.
Yeah. See, I can remember. So the Les Paul and this paid for everything that we got that day.
You know what this is making me excited for?
Yard sales.
Garage sales.
Yeah.
You don't find this kind of stuff anywhere else.
Yep. You're right. You're right. I mean, and it is what it is. So, I mean, these are things that we find whenever we're out there. You got to be beating that street up, though. You got to be chasing them down, or else you're not going to find it. So, so that was number 32, $30 into 148. The next one is number 31, and this one here is a pair of Honda saddlebags. These were cloth saddlebags. We got these at an estate sale.
Yes,
remember it was the last day of the family run estate sale.
I do remember that.
And these were sitting outside on the driveway. Yeah.
I remember.
Yep. And we offered him. We asked him how much did he want for it. He said, just make an offer." So we offered him $15, and he took it. That $15 turned into $150. So that's a 10x very quickly on those. So another. Everything on this list is a BOLO item. Yeah. But some things more than others, especially if you can get them at a acquisition cost that's low, like this one, 15 and 150, all day long. Yep. All day long. So that is number 31, the Honda saddlebags. Good stuff. All right, I'll let you handle number 30.
Okay, number 30, Wamsuda full Egyptian cotton sheet set. And I remember looking this up at a garage sale, and she didn't have a price on it. And then she told me $50, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, she said 25 a piece. Yeah.
I was like,
and there's 2 of them.
And I did it, and the whole time I could just feel Robert's nervousness. And then when we walked away, he's like, "Are you sure about that?"
$50 for sheets? And she said, "Babe, just trust me."
And they sold quick for $149.99.
So 50 into 150 again. Boom, there we are. I mean, so again, and it was at the end of the day again on these. Yeah. So these were just sitting there.
Yeah.
Now, she might have asked a lot more for them,
Earlier, yeah.
you know, because we sold them for $75 a piece.
Yeah.
So earlier, she might have been closer to that number
Could've
because
been.
she remembered how much she bought
Yeah,
them for.
yeah.
Yeah. But good things to keep your eyes on. If you see sets of sheets, 600, especially like 620 thread count, those are generally the more expensive ones. Look for the Wamsuda brand. So, yeah, if you find them, take a second, shoot a picture of them, see what they look like. All right, next in line. So that was number 30. We're moving on to number 29.
This is a good one.
So this is another good one. So yeah. So whenever I say that I look for the weird stuff, I look for the weird stuff. And this picture don't do this one justice. This thing was probably 15 inches tall, probably. And it probably had a bowl on it of at least 15 inches, right? The top diameter of the top. So I saw it over there, and the way I sold it to her, I said, well, it can be a nice little trash can in my office. And she was like, honey.
And actually, it was a trash can
And
under
actually-
my desk for a while.
But I did snap a picture of it, and I did comp it, and I knew what it was, or I felt like, because it was kind of hard to find, but I
Yeah.
saw other ones with the lion head on it, and the all brass like this one was. So I had a good feeling on it, but ended up getting it for $5. And so this one went from $5. So this is an antique Russian pre-revolution, like all those words, large brass pot with lion head handles, right? $150. $5 into $150 all day long.
That's great.
Weird stuff sells. People get on eBay looking for weird stuff. So, matter of fact, you remember the coat hangers, or the coat rack that I've got?
I know.
It looked like the same line, except he had the coat hanger or the coat rack stuff on it.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, how about that? That is number 29. $5 into $150. And I'll let you handle number 28.
Okay, the next one was a great find from the basement buy, and this was an actual sealed 10-piece Corningware, which, you know, this was vintage, and this ended up being very popular, and paid $50, and it sold for $151.99.
Yep, that's another 50 into 150. You know, that's just paying out these $100 bills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. And this one did come from the basement buy also, right? Yep. Love it. Love that turn. Next one again is one of the bowling balls that we got from the Goodwill. This one, that $25 into $165 on it. So yeah, 25 into 165 bowling ball. These were brand new bowling balls that had not been drilled yet, so they were brand.
Don't just go buy any bowling ball.
right. Just because it's a bowling ball, if it's been drilled, you don't get near the money out of it, because then they're going to have to fill the holes and then re-drill it to fit their own hand. Generally speaking, those are quite a bit harder to get rid of.
Yep.
But yeah, here we are, 25 into 165.
That's great. I got a couple coming up, honey. I'm excited.
Yeah, that was number 27. So now we're going to move on to number 26.
Okay, number 26 is just precious. So these are little Souls dolls, and these are pretty large. They're 18 inches, and they're numbered and hand signed and handmade and all that. And I got 2 of these from the basement buy, and she said, I bought these intending to gift them, and I just never did.
Yep.
And $50 a piece, and this one here sold for $165.
Yeah.
And the lady that got them just loved them.
Yeah, yeah. She ended up getting both of them. The lady did.
Yeah.
You'll see the other one coming up here in just a little bit further up the list. All right, so that is number 26, 50 into 165.
Yeah.
So you see the commonplace here. There's a lot of $50 bills that we're paying for stuff, right? So we're paying up for some things to be able to sell them for a higher dollar, right?
Yeah.
So don't be scared to make the investment.
Yep.
Do your due diligence. Make sure that it's got good sell-through rate, and that there are actual sold comps out there that you can be confident that it's going to be moving for you.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, don't be afraid to spend the money, because if you spend it, now a lot of times you see that I spent $5 and got 150 out of that lion head pot. I'm looking for the cheaper stuff, but we together, whenever we look at lots and look at stuff like that, we don't really pull back on how much we're spending out.
Yeah, and this gentleman on this particular set here also came from the Basement Buy, along with the little Souls doll. And when I handpicked a lot of the good stuff at first, you know, we just sat there, me and him and both Roberts, because he was Robert too, and we just all came up with what we thought were fair prices. And I did pay up for some of the things that I knew would have high value. And then because I did that, when we got down to some of the smaller stuff, he just started saying, like, you know, $1, $2,
right.
you know, so that was really nice of him.
Yeah.
Because he respected us, because I wasn't afraid to pay up on some of the other items.
Yeah, because we did pay up, then he gave us a better price on it, though.
Smaller stuff, yeah. Okay.
So did you cover number 25?
No, number 25 is a warranted 22 karat gold tea set. And again, $50 into $165.
50 into 165. And this is an actual 22 karat gold set? Wow. Plated? Probably?
Yes.
It didn't say.
Plated,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, had to be plated.
Yeah.
Gold is soft.
Yeah, it's plated.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I'm surprised I didn't put that word in there.
Yeah, $50 into 165. That's awesome. All right, next. Number 24 is...
Ooh, number 24 is a crystal Barbie doll from 1983. I get really excited when I get Barbies from the 80s. Most of the ones I get are from the 90s. So she came in a bundle where I paid 10 a piece, and she sold for $165.
10 into 165. How about that? So number 24 is a Barbie. $10 into 165. All right, next I'm gonna let you take it, because this came from
this one's mine.
This one came from the yard sale
in North Carolina.
Where
you got the Les Paul and
the Les Paul and that. Yeah.
Yep. And this is a Roomba, and it was new and sealed. And I got it for $60. He wasn't real excited about letting it go for that, but he did. He started, I think, at $100. And I'm like, I just can't, you know, invest that much. Yeah. And then he saw that we were buying a lot of stuff, and he's like, okay, let's just make a bundle deal. So then he started saying, okay, 60 for this. And then, you know, things got cheaper as they got smaller. Right. So this was 60 into $169.99.
60 into 170, right? Huge. Don't be scared to spend that money. And if you see that Barbie or that iRobot Roomba, $692, and you can get it. Yeah. $170. Yep. Sold very quickly too. All right, you're next again.
Okay, the next one is...
This is one of your favorite ones, I think.
This is one of my favorite ones. There's only one other one that I have sold that I think I was more excited about. But this one is the Mattel Barbie I Can Be a Dentist from 2009. And this one came in the bundle of ones I paid $10 for.
Was this the Louisville, Kentucky one?
No, this actually was where we went downtown somewhere in Richmond. And the girl comes stumbling out of the house.
You're right, and she smelled like marijuana.
She had just finished smoking a joint. And she hands me the bin of dolls. And I turned around and looked at you with these dolls like, oh, what are these going to smell like? And then walking back to the truck, I'm like, I don't even want to put these in our vehicle.
Yeah, we put them in the back of the truck.
What did I do? Oh my gosh, what did I do? So we put them in the back, and we got home, and luckily they didn't. So she must have had them in a different room. So that was great. But I didn't even know that this gem was in there. I paid $10 a piece for the ones that were in there, thinking I'll make, you know, $15, $20 a piece off the Barbies. It was well worth the weirdness that we went through, because this one sold for $178.69.
$178 had a $10 reference cost on it, right? Big time. All right, it's you again.
Yay. Let's see. Oh no, Lodro.
Another Yadro,
Yeah. Okay, so another Yadro, Little Daisy, and this one we had $40 in, and it sold for $179.99. That one is so cute.
Little Daisy, 40 into 180.
It's a good thing you listed those, because I might have kept that one.
Yeah, I actually helped you to list these.
Yeah, you did.
I don't do much listing nowadays.
I know you don't, but I had so much other stuff from that sale that I was working on. Yeah, because I remember she sent her son in to get the Madame Alexander dolls for me because she had some porcelain dolls out on the table, and she said, "What about Madame Alexander?" I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely, go get them." And he brought them out, and first he came out with a box of Ladros, and she's like, "No, not the Ladros." I'm like, "Yes, the Ladros." She's like, "Okay," and then you're like, "Shh, don't get too excited."
Don't get too excited.
So we ended up getting both.
Yeah. Good stuff. So number 21 was the Yadro Little Daisy.
Yeah.
$180. We have 40 in it into 180.
Yeah.
Big time.
Pretty
Big time.
good.
And that was another yard sale.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait for yard sales to come back.
I know.
And here's another one from you. Look at you taking over the mic.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is a Coach Evil Queen Bad Girls Club purse, and this one $100 cost and sold for $188.
Yeah.
But it was new with tags, so
yeah. So $88 profit on it.
You know,
Not bad, and it turned pretty quick. So I mean, happy. All right. So that was number 20, the Coach purse, the what they call it, the Disney X
Rowan Satchel.
Rowan Satchel.
It's the villain.
$100 into $188. We'll take it. All right, it's you again, Margaret.
Here's the other Little Souls doll that I had purchased, and this one was $50 as well, into $219.99.
Yeah.
So those were a great buy. And I actually, if you watched a couple of videos back, I bought one of these off of a high bid auction, and I got it for $15, and I was thrilled. And I just listed for $200. That one hasn't sold yet, but it cost me like $40 in shipping to get it here.
Yeah, so we ended up with a reference of $55 into it.
Which is what I paid for these, so it wasn't bad.
No, not terrible.
Nope.
Not terrible. So number 19 was the Little Souls Gretchen Wilson Peggy doll. Good stuff. All right, I finally get to go over one again. So this one, the best yard sales or garage sales that we find are the ones that are a surprise. So this one here, we got up early. It was dark outside.
Oh,
You remember? It was dark outside. We were this where we got this one from is just like less than a mile from our favorite Goodwill, right?
I was like, yard sale, hit the brakes. Back up.
So I, you know, and I was rolling past it at a pretty good clip. I was probably doing 50, 55 miles an hour past it, but I seen a lot of lights. I thought it's too early for Christmas. What was that? She said, yard sale. So there was nobody around us. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning.
We got all the good stuff.
You know, so living in Farmville, there's the good and the bad, right?
Yeah.
Farmville is great because it's out there. It's country lifestyle type of living, very quiet, you know. But whenever it comes to sourcing, our closest Goodwill is 45 minutes away. Yeah. And generally speaking, we're driving an hour and 15 minutes to the first yard sale.
Yeah.
So driving all the way into Richmond. Anyway, so we generally leave around 6 o'clock so that we can be in Richmond at 7 or a little after. And, you know, so because some of the yard sales open at 7, some of them open at 8. Yep. So we get there. Anyway, this one, it was like 6:30 in the morning. Still dark outside. We saw all the lights. We get in there and man, what a great sale. So he had several, or not several, but this was one of the things that I saw that was tool related. This was actually in an unopened box. A set of 12 deep sockets Craftsman. They're old, they're vintage. Paid $40 for these.
Yep.
And they sold for $225.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's just one big thing that came from that sale.
That's just one. There were several other things that we picked up. I don't know if there was any other big ones that sold.
There should be one more up there, but then a lot of the knives and stuff we've been shipping.
Yeah. So there was a lot of things we got from. Oh, the Pioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bet that's up in here somewhere.
It should be.
All right. Well, good stuff. So number 18 is a vintage set of Craftsman sockets. $225 with a $40 reference cost.
Very nice.
Very nice. All right. So next in line.
This one's you too, honey.
No.
This was the basement buy.
Yeah.
So it's both of us.
So I'll let you go ahead and take it.
Okay. So the next one, what number are we on, honey?
We
17. So this was another Christian Albright Santa Claus wood nutcracker. Reference cost of $60 and sold for $225.
$225, $60 into $225. Now Siphoner, that's the other name. Siphoner,
yeah.
You see that?
Yep.
So Christian Albright, I think Siphoner is the actual brand. Christian Albright is the artist baby.
Yeah, I think you're correct. Yep.
So Siphoner is the other brand that we were talking about. But yeah, big time. Number 17 is $60 into $225. And then the next one, so we, generally speaking, if we see some blow-ups, inflatables, Halloween or Christmas, we'll...
Or a sucker for 'em.
Yeah, just a sucker for 'em. This one here, we picked up, gosh, we drove out probably a half an hour, and the lady took us into her little shed out back, and we ended up pulling a ton of stuff and putting it in the car. It was a lot. But this one here, we ended up spending $45 for, and that's only because it's a 9.5 foot jack skeleton. It's got a thing on it that had like a projection screen. That was a constant like little movie that you have on there. Pretty awesome. But that one there sold for $225.62. 45 into 225. Got to love it. And that is number 16. So moving on to number 15. I think we were just talking about this a few seconds ago. That stop that we had that was in the dark and so anyway, so this was something else we bought from that same guy. Paid $50 for it and sold it out for $237. This is the Pioneer 5-channel amplifier. So something interesting about this one was the person who bought it was, now I've been in automotive retail my whole career. Okay. My parents owned a gas station in Little Jackson, Tennessee. Right. And the place that we bought tires from was King Tire. Ricky King was the owner. Ricky King Jr. is the one that bought this.
That's crazy.
So just small world.
Small world.
It's just a small world. I sent him a message and, tell him about mom and dad passing and ask him how his father was and all that. But he never did answer, but it's just a small world. He actually had it delivered to King Tire on Old Hickory Boulevard in Jackson. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. Though. It just brought back some memories. So anyway, so with that is number 15. We had $50 into $237. So the next one, for the life of me, I can't remember where this one come from. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that was a garage sale.
It was a garage. Oh yes, I remember. It was a garage sale. Because the box, and then I saw the blue box, and then she had another box full of all the other stuff. Yeah, definitely remember that. We gave $50 for this set. So it's a Sony PS3 Super Slim launch edition. It's the Azurite Blue, which was a rare color, harder to find. Anyway, and it still had the box. It was not new. It did not post it as new, but posted it with the box with 12 games and a bunch of stuff. You can see on the picture there what all it came with. But that $50 for us turned into $238. So for number 14 is a $50 buy that turned into $248. It's another game system buy.
Yeah, and that one, just a real quick story there. We came to the yard sale and it said on the ad, no early birds, and we were early, so we just sat in our car and checked back. And we weren't going to bother her because we saw her setting up. And then some lady come and just very aggressively pushed her way in.
Yeah.
And started looking around. And we just kind of sat back and waited until the lady came out in the driveway and said, come on. And we went on up, and he found that right away. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah. Hey, we were patient, right? The thing about yard selling is we want to show up early, because if they're allowing people to get in, we want to be there to be able to get the better stuff, because the early birds always get the worm whenever it comes to garage sale and yard sale. But we're respectful of what they ask.
Yeah.
And so we'll sit there and, and I'll open up the window and say, hey, is it too early? And if they say, yes, it's too early, then we'll sit there. Okay. If they say, no, come on in, then we'll go in.
Yep.
But this was one that she said it was too early, and the other lady just pushed in on her. I remember that. Yeah. I don't think she would have sold that lady anything. Even if she wanted it, I don't think she would have sold it to her, because she was very rude to her. Yeah. Good stuff, though. All right, number 14, $50 into $238.50.
Yeah.
Number 13 is going to be you.
Okay.
All you.
All right, I'm trying to remember. I need to see the picture. Oh, just a little basic.
Oh, it's a backpack, yeah.
Yeah. Just a Coach black mini quart backpack. This one has got to be new for as much as I got out of it. So $115 for this one. And there was a time when I would go on the Coach outlet site, and I would wait for these to go on sale, 70% off, and then wait for them to run another 10 or 15, and I would buy them. And sometimes I did really well. Sometimes I did not do so well. On this one, I got lucky. This one sold for $239.99, and I paid $115 from the actual Coach outlet website.
Yep, and we actually doubled up on our cost on this one, or a little bit better than doubled up.
But there was some, be cautious doing that, though, because there was some where I made no money at all. So you just got to be careful of which ones you choose. You got to get out there and look and see what's selling and for how much.
Yep, you got it. And sometimes you got to be prepared to invest the money and let it sit.
Yeah.
Because if you're too impatient and you start moving the pricing down, then you'll very quickly get into a no profit type of situation by the time you pay fees.
Definitely.
So, all right, next one. I'm going to give this to you too. I'm going to preempt though, because I remember this one. We were on the way home to Ohio, and we were on a road that we normally didn't go through.
Right.
We went through Zanesville instead of up the other direction.
Yep.
For some reason.
We pulled off the highway because I needed to have a conference call. So we pulled into a Dollar General, and then when we left, it kind of took us on back roads. Yeah.
So, but this was a yard sale that, hey, there's a yard sale.
We always do that. Yard sale. Okay.
There's a sign. What did it say?
So this one is a beautiful Oneida community stainless flat set, and there was even still 3 pieces missing, and paid $80 for it, and it sold for $239.99. And I was very patient on this one. You have to be proud of me.
You were very patient. You left the price. You set the price and just left it up there.
Yeah,
which is pretty good. You were very patient in the at the yard sale too, because the lady. I think she wanted what, 100?
Yeah.
She wanted quite a bit for it.
Yeah.
So you took the time to actually count every single piece, and he's like, okay, we got 3 that are missing here.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can do it a little bit better? So she ended up giving it to you for $80.
Yeah.
The end result was $240. It's hard not to do it. I mean, but you just never know whenever you got pieces missing out of them, what kind of damage is it really going to do to what you're going to get. In this case, it didn't really affect it that much.
It didn't. They're just going to invite, 3 less people to dinner.
3 less people. Yeah, you can only. I've only got.
Because I think it was all forks.
I've only got 9 forks, so we can only have 9 people. But she could have given them a salad fork.
Yeah,
because
that's
I think
it. That's what I would have done. I would have just said, "You're having a salad fork. Come on over." But you
she did have 24 forks, but 12 of them were short and 12 of them were long. So yeah.
Or I would have just got 3 plastic ones out.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So number 12 is the Oneida stainless flatware set. So another thing about Oneida, you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
You can get pulled into this flatware stuff.
Yeah, you got to look each design
up. Because and they're, generally speaking, they have very long tails on them. They take a long time to to figure out. I remember the one time we put it in there as a tablespoon, and the guy said, "This is not a tablespoon; it's a teaspoon."
Or what?
And I was, oh my god! So instead of TBSP, it's a TSP. But anyway, I mean, we ended up giving him his money back because he was a professional.
Yeah, we're not flatware experts.
I'm not. He was a flatware expert. We were just kind of, well, sorry,
It looks like a spoon to me.
It did. So, yeah. I think this next one, so number 12 again is the Oneida flatware. And number 11 is probably one of your favorite Barbies ever.
This is my best sale of the year, I think. Okay, so this is the Barbie I Can Be a Flight Attendant doll. And this did come from the Kentucky buy. And I was so excited on this one because no, I take it back. This one also came from the one that came out of the house smelling like weed.
Yes, I think both the I Could Be's came from that one.
She had a very nice little collection of 20 Barbies, but I didn't even know what I bought.
And we didn't even talk her down.
No.
With the package that she had together, they were all $10 a piece. We gave her exactly what she was asking for them.
Absolutely.
And you didn't even see either one of these. Yeah. I can be whatever, the dentist, and I can be a flight attendant. You didn't see either one of them in the pictures.
Because you couldn't necessarily see exactly what was in all the pictures. And the couple that I saw in the front were ones that I'm used to selling. So I thought $10 a piece, I can make 15 or 20 off those.
Yeah.
And then I got home, and these two gems were in there. This one, again, $10, and it sold for $249.99. This one, when I scanned it, there was none on eBay. You couldn't even find it on the Google Lens or anything. And I thought, oh, this is good, Robert. The fact that I can't find it anywhere, because then I could basically just set my own price.
And you probably could have set it because you sold it very fast.
Yeah.
You probably could have set it at $350 and sold it, but it might have taken a little bit longer.
It might have taken longer.
So that's the only bad thing about not being able to find sold comps.
It would have.
There wasn't even any on Worth Point.
Nothing.
There was nothing on Google at all.
I couldn't find this Barbie at all.
Yeah.
And you're right. The higher you get, the longer, because I have one right now that I found. Okay, you picked up another buy after work one day, and this was, you got here and the Barbies were pretty trashed. It was a small buy of like maybe 200, but that's where I got those nutcrackers out of, and they paid for the whole bundle.
Yes.
But the other day I was finishing listing up the rest of those, and there's an Oreo Barbie in there that there's listings out there from 300 to 600.
Yeah.
And I put mine at 300, and of course that one's not flying off the shelf. So you're right, the higher you get on these rare Barbies, the longer you're going to sit on them.
Right. You got a certain person that's going to be looking for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one that actually earlier in today's, we did a video earlier today of us shipping, or not shipping, but pulling, and the race car set.
Yes. Oh yeah,
that came from the same place. Yeah,
you did.
Yeah, came from the same place.
So it wasn't so bad the slot cards were missing, huh? Because we had some other gems.
We did.
That we didn't know we were getting.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
So
great.
Anyway, so number 11 is I Can Be a Flight Attendant Barbie doll.
Love that one.
$10 and a $250. Woo! That one is a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so another really good one's coming in right behind it. I told you guys that we bought several of the bowling balls, right? So this next one, which is number 10, is a Storm Second Dimension. This is a 15-pound bowling ball. $25, of course, is the reference cost. And it sold for $250. I think this was the first one that sold.
Yeah.
Because I got them all listed, and I told you about the pricing of them, and I was excited, and he was like, okay, whatever, we'll see if they sell. And whenever this one sold, I said, all right, babe, we've doubled up on our initial investment.
Yep.
We paid $125. This first one sold for $250. Yep. So everything after this one's $125 plus on the profit side.
Yep.
Ended up being very good. Yeah. Keep your eyes out for them. Again, there's not a whole lot to say more about the bowling balls because we've already covered them 3 or 4 times. So,
yep.
Yeah, and this one here, you can see the note on there. The buyer said, I appreciate you coming down on the price.
So you had it
on the
higher.
number. So I had it higher. If you could just make sure it's double boxed, and I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah. So I double boxed it for him and took care of him.
Yep.
Sold him a bowling ball for $250 that I had $25 in. I'll take it all day long. All right, so the next one, this one here, we did sell it. We did also refund the money, but we have also got a
damage claim.
that we're waiting on, that we purchased the extra insurance through eBay.
Yeah.
So it was not through USPS or I think it was USPS. It was not through USPS. It was the extra insurance that we got through eBay. And how long ago did we put that in? It's been easily 3 weeks now.
I had to wait till November 30th. So it's been just now a month.
About right at a month. And we still haven't heard anything back on it.
No, so I need to follow up. And it's actually not eBay. It's a third party.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we bought it.
Follow up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So, but this was the crusty prankster phone, man. This thing worked. We pushed the buttons. Everything was perfect. And whenever the guy received it, as you can see here, he's holding the little phone receiver in his hands. Whenever he received it, apparently it got thrown around and both of his arms broke off.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I should have gone in there and put maybe some filler up under the handset. That might have helped it because there's too much void there.
But we're just not psychic.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what insurance is for, because you just can't predict everything that's going to happen in life.
That's right. But anyway, so this one here was a $10 bill into $283. Stay tuned on whether or not we collect that money. So anyway, yeah, with that one, so that is number 9, the crusty prankster phone, $283. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take the next one too. So the next one actually was our number 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we purchased these at a yard sale. A guy, he said that he was mining Bitcoin, I think is what he said.
Means. Something like that, yeah.
So he had his own mining computer, and these were on that computer. They come out with a different one, a newer one, a faster one, whatever that looks like. I'm not a huge gamer. I'm not a gamer at all. Don't know a whole lot about computers, but whenever I looked up the GE Force RTX 3070, I saw that these were selling easily $250 to $300, and he wanted $50 for them.
Yeah.
So I bought. We bought 6 of them. We gave him $300. We bought 6 of them. I sold these 4. But anyway, with these, $299 was number 5. $284.99 was number 6, 7, and 8. With a $50 investment, it's a win.
And he said he had more, but then when we contacted him to get more, there was no reply. So he must have wished he hadn't sold them for $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after he sold them to me,
he probably saw that they sold on eBay.
Yeah.
How quickly. So then he's like, oh, I'm going to do this myself.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, but we had a quick $300. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12. So probably $1,100.
Yeah, it was great.
$1,150 that we sold them for on a $300 investment. All day long. Again, number 5, 6, 7, and 8 were all these. For $284.99 on 6, 7, and 8, and $299.99 on number 5. Yeah, big time. All right, so moving on to number 4. I will let you handle it because this came from the basement buy, right?
Yep. Number 4 is a nativity set that was new in box. And we paid $80 for it, and it sold for $300.
$80 into $300. We got this again from the basement buy. Good stuff. All right, and then so that's number 4. 80 into 300. Number 3.
Number 3 is a beautiful Brahmin. I'm starting to learn how to say it. A Brahmin Melbourne tote. And I bought this one for $100 just a month ago, and it sold pretty quick for $314.99.
Yep, so 100 into $315.
Yeah, this was a spice color that everybody was having a hard time finding, so it sold very quickly.
Yep. All right, so now we're down. That's number 3. We're down to number 2. Number 2 is a, let me get it up here, is a Nintendo 64 console. This was a bundle that again came from the basement buy. So the basement buy was the number 4. The basement buy was now the number 2. The Nintendo 64 console bundle came with a console, 14 games, a rumble pack, 2 controllers. I mean, just it's a full kit. $75 we gave for this kit turned into $349.
Wow.
75 into 349.
That's great.
Big time. But you know what? That's just number 2. Number 1 is all you.
Yay.
High five on number 1. So, drum roll, please. I've got to see if I can find a drum roll to put it into the video right here and maybe some fireworks and drum rolls and all kinds of stuff, right? So we got to do that. And here we are.
Number 1 is a beautiful Coach Swagger 21 with the butterfly appliques on it. This purse is gorgeous, and I found this on Facebook Marketplace, and I paid $150, and it sold for $380.
150 into 380. You know, as far as the look, I don't think that you've ever had a purse that's as pretty as what my opinion is what this purse was.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was. But it's not here anymore.
No, it's not.
It's sold 150 into 380. That is, my friends, number 1. So we've had a lot of 64 was our top sales. Now the way we come up with 64 again is anything $100 or more. And we had 64 of such items in our store in 2024.
Yep.
Right? Good stuff.
Good memories and all those.
Good stuff. A lot of good bolos, a lot of things to be on the lookout for. We've got the yard sale season coming up within the next couple of months.
Yep.
Hopefully, in a couple months, hopefully it's warm enough here in Virginia, but I mean, we'll find out. I'm excited to go through, and I can't wait to have this same list next year and see how much it grew.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're at 64 this year. How much can it grow for next year?
Yep.
Keep your eyes on all the bolos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. This is probably going to be fairly long because it was a lot of stuff that we covered. But once again, we appreciate everybody. Please like, subscribe, leave your comments, hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when we post the new videos. We're at 227 now. 227 people are
right.
Yeah. So we're growing. It's getting there. So hopefully it won't be too long. We'll be telling you that we've got that 1,000 number, right? So yeah, you got anything to add at this point?
Nope.
All right. Hey, this is going to hit you on New Year's Day. We've got some work to do tonight, today is the 29th. So I got some work to do tonight to get this all edited and ready to put in the system for 7 a.m. on New Year's Day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. With that, until the next one.
See you next time.
Peace out.